It's February, and 3 weeks ago I left wasabi grower John at his family farm in Old Alresford. Now, this pioneering enterprise is in its infancy, and its founder, John, is desperately trying to find a market, not just for the rhizomes, which produce that characteristic hot green paste, but also for the leaves. Since we last met, John's been investing heavily in a plan to pick and pack the leaves of his wasabi and get this new salad crop in front of potential buyers. Tell you what, it's a good job that wasabi is a mountain plant, because it's definitely mountain weather today. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh.
Welcome.
Thank you. Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you.
It's a bit chilly this morning,
yes,
isn't it?
cold, isn't it?
So when I was last with you, the leaves were your sort of challenge.
Yes.
What are you thinking about with this?
So we will bunch them.
Yeah.
And then we have degradable bags. So if we have a bunch that we already have bunched up here, and then maybe this bag isn't big enough right now, this is sort of where we are at, is sampling, you know, different types of bags. But it's 100% degradable. We'll probably just fold that over and sticker it on the top.
And so have you put it in front of any supermarkets
Not
yet? Not yet.
That's the next step. Watercress is going to help us because obviously we're bagging and we're sending our watercress into all the major supermarkets in the UK.
Yeah.
And so we have very good contacts with the buyers.
Yes.
So we will lean on our watercress colleagues to help us with introductions.
Yeah.
And then we'll get this in front of some of the right people. Yeah. And the first stage is getting feedback.
So as far as these are concerned, do you want me to...
What we need to do is sort them. Yeah.
Okay.
So anything over 10 centimetres goes into the big.
Okay.
And anything under 10 is where we generally like to go, but if we have to sort out some of the small ones at bunching, that's okay.
Okay. He may not have cracked the supermarkets yet, but John struck on a classic trick to create a buzz around the wasabi leaf.
All you have to do is when you're sending rhizomes to a chef, you take a small bunch of leaf and you drop it in, and then either you ring them or you'll hear from them. Right. What's this you've included? So this,
you'll put in a free sample, basically.
Free sample, because you just want to get the product in front of the chefs. Yeah. You need the feedback. And with that, very quickly, one or two of them snapped it up and it's going on menus. So
with this lot now, is this all going to go out? Have you got orders for this?
Yes. I mean, we've
that's fantastic.
just started. So we need to just make sure that we've got enough.
Around 20 chefs and restaurants have committed to buying the leaf already.
So one of the early adopters of wasabi leaf is just down the road. Right. And that's the first chef that I took the leaf to find out what they thought of it. Yeah. And sure enough, they've found a fantastic use for it. Oh, really? And we'll be packing up their order now. So what do you need for your chef? He's having 2 large bunches, 2 small bunches, and I think 250 grams of rhizomes. OK, so bunches in. Yeah, so what do you want? Punnet flowers on the bottom, in with the bunches. Large leaf, small leaf. Yeah. Going to bag the rhizomes. Ready for chef.
We're on our way to deliver an order to one restaurant based just 10 miles away from John's wasabi farm. So this chef you're delivering to, was he a sort of watercress buyer before?
No, he heard about us growing our wasabi and said, we're just down the road in Winchester. Can I come and see you? Can I get some of your wasabi from my Japanese restaurant?
Is he Japanese?
No, but the chef is Japanese.
Must be good validation to know that a Japanese chef thinks it cuts the mustard, as it were.
Yes.
Bad pun.
Yes, it's an excellent endorsement from someone who's used to using Japanese wasabi, that they come over and they're happy to use the English. Yeah. This restaurant has been buying John's wasabi for the past year.
Hello.
Hi.
I think this parcel might be for you.
It is. Thank you very much.
There we are. Now they're one of the first to experiment with the leaves. So I understand that you've been doing some trials with the leaves, have you?
We have, and we've been coming up with some new recipes and dishes that we'd like you to try, John.
And they're tasty?
They are delicious, but you can tell us your feedback. Come and take a seat.
OK, thank you. The restaurant has been using fresh wasabi paste in sushi dishes, tempura, and even ice cream. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Right, come on, John, I think you should go first.
I've got to go for that cod.
Yeah.
So tender, and you do get the flavour.
Oh, that's so good. But with John's new product come new ideas.
Tell you what we've been doing, John. We've been working on a new recipe, developing a Winchester roll.
Okay. Right.
Obviously, the leaves are beautiful. They've got a fantastic taste, but it's difficult to use in a sushi roll.
Right.
So what chef's done, he's marinated it in a little bit of brine. So he's locked in the flavour.
Yeah.
And it's now mouldable. So what we've developed is a new roll that uses the leaf to wrap the rice instead of seaweed.
So that's interesting, John. Had you thought of brining it or marinating it?
No, that's just the sort of thing I wouldn't think of.
Yeah. Wow, look at this.
So this is the Winchester roll.
That's the leaf. Ah, that looks fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to try some. Come on, John.
Yeah, let's get in there. I can't wait.
For that.
It's got a little bit of mango and unagi dressing.
It's really good.
Well, it is good, isn't it? Just that hint of wasabi heat is still there.
Still there.
It must be quite rewarding having, you know, put your kind of neck on the line a little bit with this completely experimental crop, to then see it being used to kind of good effect.
Good effect, and in ways that you didn't ever imagine.
Yeah.
And what it immediately does is gets you excited about possibilities.
Yeah.
Because one chef can do this, then imagine what 100 chefs can do. You know, the product can just keep growing.
Yeah.
In terms of one wasabi leaf can be used in many different applications, so it's exciting.
John's current plan is to approach more chefs and restaurants in the UK and Europe before launching into supermarkets.
Right. Thanks, Beth.
Great to see you, John.
See you next time.
Thank you very much. A real education as well. Beth, thank you. Lovely to meet you. But John has another challenge, looking after the 40,000 precious plants all year round in the often unpredictable UK climate. The forecast for this coming week is properly cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's already saying -6.
Right.
But recently, we've had a forecast of -4, and we've been down to -9 here.
Growing the crop here needs constant investment and care so it can flourish.
We need to put as much water through the beds as we can, because the water is warm. The water will raise the temperature.
Right, so this one's got to be moved.
This one, it's going to pick it up.
Got it.
Even if we just put it on top of the wall.
OK.
You can see that, immediately add water.
Yeah, OK.
The other task is drop the sides.
So it's a case of dropping these down,
Yeah,
is it?
there's some nails in here.
Yeah.
Hammer for you, hammer for me.
If you knew I was coming. Right.
And they shouldn't be too far in, they should just pop out. Give it some leverage, yeah, and then prise it like that. You've got it. Yeah.
Yes. So even in all the frosty weather that we've had this winter, have you managed to always save it? Has this always worked?
We've dropped the sides. We've done what we need to do, but we had 50 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
We had rain. When water collects and then freezes, it's a perfect recipe for killing your growing tip. So there's a lot of work on that. Yeah, more than we'd like to lose. Plenty, more than a couple thousand.
Are you going to be able to manage with that loss? You know, that's 2,000 plants. I mean, that's a massive gap.
It's a big blow. It's a big blow. But no, you can never plug the hole. You can't do that until these wounded plants have been brought out, replanted, and then you start again. So it's the tricky bit of keeping everybody supplied with the volumes you've got available.
I have to say, I was slightly like, John's got it quite easy. This is quite an easy gig for you, and it really isn't.
It's never easy. It's pleasurable, it's rewarding, and you don't mind the things that come along and you have to get over, that's the job.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you'd rather they didn't happen.
As John says, this is a precarious business. It's such a sensitive plant, and unexpected bad weather could wipe out the entire crop. Frost aside, if you can manage this next bout of Arctic weather, are you feeling bullish about the future for this crop?
Bullish, yeah. I mean, you don't want to get cocky, but we've had enough things go wrong over the last 7 years we've been in production that that you feel like, you know, you've counted some of the obvious things. Lots of measures that we can take, but you never get cocky. It's anything can happen. You don't want to be establishing a market you can't keep up with. Yeah. And the recent frost damage it's a little way down the line, so perhaps we can cope with that. And so you've got to be careful to match the supply and demand. And you're an experienced businessman. This isn't just a kind of passion project. I know it's got to work. If you could wind back the clock 7 years,
Would you still do this again?
Yeah, we'd definitely do it again.
Would you?
Definitely. Because the experience it's paying off. It's paying off. You see these beds now, they're all full of wasabi plants, and look at the consistent growth in the beds down there.
Yeah.
These ones, we planted them in the middle of winter, and we've got them growing. The trial and error, it gives you confidence.
Yeah.
But at the same time, farming, you have plenty of unknowns.
Yeah.
So you don't take anything for granted.
And now that you have become part and parcel of this family business, do you hope that the wasabi business will become something that you can pass on to your kids should they want to then take up the reins?
If they want to, but you never know with your children, do you? And
what are they leaning towards at the moment?
Rock and roll and astrophysics, I think, for
Fine,
the boys.
yeah.
So if that's what they want to do, fantastic. But the last thing I feel like, you know, I don't think it's a clever thing to do is try and pressure your kids to do anything.
Yeah.
If they feel like farming, come and do some farming.
Yeah. Well, John, it's been absolutely fascinating. Thank you very, very much indeed. And good luck. I hope the Siberian weather doesn't do too awful things.
No, we're all tucked up there. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much indeed. Setting up the UK's first wasabi farm clearly hasn't been without its problems. There's been 7 years of trial and error, of failures and knockbacks, and even now, John says, they can't just put their feet up, relax and watch the orders roll in. But clearly he loves being an innovator. He likes taking risks. And if wasabi is to become a European crop of the future, it's nice to think that it all began here in Hampshire.